Before you scroll past, ask yourself, what if everything you knew about psychology was only half the story? What if there's a science out there that doesn't just focus on what's wrong with us, but actually teaches us how to thrive? In this video, we're diving into the science and philosophy of positive psychology. Stick around because what you're about to discover could completely change the way you think about your own mind and well-being. Positive psychology didn't just pop out of nowhere. It was officially kicked off in 1996 by Martin Seligman, then president of the American Psychological Association. He was tired of psychology focusing only on mental disorders, so he turned the spotlight on what's right with us, our strengths, virtues, and the things that make life awesome. But the roots run deeper. Carl Jung, with his idea of individuation, where you become the person you were always meant to be, was laying the groundwork way before Seligman. Then came the humanistic psychologists like Abraham Maslow, Carl Rogers, and Erich Fromm. They were all about potential and growth, not just fixing what's broken. Rogers, for example, believed in an innate positive force in humans that therapy could help unlock. Maslow? He wasn't shy about calling out the obsession with pathology in psychology, emphasizing instead the human potential for growth, creativity, and fulfillment. So, what exactly is positive psychology? Well, it's built on three pillars. Positive subjective experiences. This covers happiness, meaning, contentment. The stuff that makes you feel good. Positive individual traits. Things like wisdom, emotional intelligence, and virtues. Basically, what makes us awesome. Positive social institutions, such as healthy work environments, strong communities, and philanthropic endeavors that promote well-being. Positive psychologists are like the personal trainers of the mind, focusing on those at the top of the curve, people who are flourishing, fulfilled, and living their best lives. They're interested in what makes these people tick and how we can all get a piece of that action. Evolution has wired us to notice threats, so it's easy to overlook the good stuff. Positive psychology says, hey, maybe it's time we gave the good stuff some attention. But there's more. Underpinning these three pillars are several theories that give positive psychology its foundation. The broaden and build theory, introduced by Barbara Fredrickson, suggests that positive emotions do more than just make us feel good in the moment. They broaden our awareness and encourage novel, varied, and exploratory thoughts and actions. Over time, these broadened mindsets help us build skills, resources, and social connections that enhance our well-being. Another key concept is self-determination theory, SDT, which emphasizes the importance of autonomy, competence, and relatedness in fostering motivation and psychological growth. According to SDT, when these three basic psychological needs are met, people experience enhanced well-being and are more likely to engage in activities that are intrinsically rewarding. When it comes to measuring well-being, one of the go-to tools is subjective well-being. This measures life satisfaction and balances it against the ups and downs of daily emotions. The goal? More highs, fewer lows. A newer model in town is the PERMA model, introduced by Martin Seligman. It stands for positive emotions, engagement, relationships, meaning, and accomplishments. Now, this model takes a holistic approach, combining the feel-good moments with a deeper sense of purpose and achievement. Now, let's talk science. Did you know positive emotions might actually help you live longer? Take the Nun study from 2001. That's N-U-N. Researchers found that nuns who used more positive language in their diaries lived up to 9.4 years longer than their less cheerful counterparts. That's right, happiness isn't just a state of mind, it might just be a ticket to a longer life. But the research doesn't stop there. There's also the famous Harvard study of adult development, which started tracking the lives of 724 men over 75 years ago. What did they find? The clearest message is that good relationships keep us happier and healthier. People who are more socially connected to family, friends, and community are happier, physically healthier, and live longer than people who are less well connected. Loneliness, on the other hand, can be toxic. It's also been shown that positive emotions can lead to better physical health. For example, a study published in the journal Psychosomatic Medicine found that people who had higher levels of positive emotions had lower levels of inflammation, a marker for many chronic diseases. Further studies back this up. Meta-analyses show that people with higher levels of well-being are less likely to kick the bucket early. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Not all research agrees. Some studies, like the UK Million Women study, found no significant link between happiness and longevity. So the jury's still out, but the trend leans toward positive emotions being a good thing for your health. And if you think money is the key to happiness, think again. Research shows that after a certain point, more money doesn't really add to your happiness. What does? spending on experiences rather than stuff. And even better, spending on others. So next time you're tempted to splurge on something flashy, maybe consider a nice dinner out with friends or donating to a cause you care about instead. Then there's perspective taking, gratitude, forgiveness, and mindfulness, all of which are essential in eliciting positive emotions. If you guys like this video, then you guys are going to really like my video on the psychology of jealousy, where I take a deep dive into the psychological basis of jealousy, how to deal with it, overcome it, and live a life of deeper confidence in your relationships.